Hey guys, back again. Tennessee's okayest outdoorsman. So, um, in this video, I'm going to talk with you a little bit about probably the easiest turkey call that you can use, in my opinion. It's a slate call. Now, there is a bunch of different types of slate calls for different conditions. We talked about the different conditions and having an all-weather striker and stuff like that. So, I'm going to show you just a few here today. So I've got a walnut over just regular slate, and you see right here these scratches for you beginner guys. When you condition a turkey call like this, it's going to give you that best sound. You keep that piece of Brillo or sandpaper or stone in that pocket at all times. So you want to keep these things sounding right. And then I've got a laminate over hickory. This will be something more all weather. It's going to work in the rain. It's going to work under any condition most of the time, and it's going to have a little bit different sound. So I'm going to show you these different sounds in comparison as well. And then we have one that's got a little bit higher pitched sound with that aluminum, and it's over glass. So I'm going to kind of run through there, and I'm going to show you a couple different variations of strikers and stuff from different places. And we have lots of selections here. So we have anything from product wood to diamond striker to an acrylic, something you could use, wet conditions. Here's my all-weather striker. It's got a carbon tip. We got a little purple heartwood. We got a little Osage. We've got some straight hickory wood. So we got all these different ones. It's got different densities, and really that's how you get that different sound. Some's got hollow end, some's full, some's got hollow end on the striker. So that's going to give you all these different sounds from these different woods. So you really kind of want to use that to your advantage. No, I'm not going to carry all these into the woods and think I'm going to have to use every single one of these. You kind of want to take a couple of your favorite ones that you can operate the best, take the pot that you can operate the best, and make sure you've got something set up and ready to go for maybe the all-weather or whatever. So I'm going to show you a couple of these because I know the sounds sound so different. So this one's actually from Spring Fever Custom Calls. Really like this Osage wood, and this one's just a cheap old Quaker Boy Paduk wood, however you say that. And I'm going to show you the difference in the sounds on the same pot call and what I'm talking about. Okay, so right here. So for those of you that don't know, you're kind of new, you got these holes cut out here. This is where your sound's going to come out. So you don't want to hold this down in your pot real close. You always want to get those fingertips on there. Leave that open. And then of course where you've conditioned this direction, you actually want to strike this direction. So you're always going to hold it up here. Don't really want to get your fingertips on this. A lot of times get oil on it, or maybe your gloves are wet from pushing up on the ground. I've done that before, and then this one won't work as well. But here's kind of how this sounds. Now we'll do just like a little yelp, little small circles usually is what we're going to do. You can hear the difference. So here's this. So you see how that had a nice solid sound. You could put a little pressure on it and apply it, and then just really push down and get that sound to carry. So here is the other one. Now, same amount of pressure I'm going to try to apply. And you see how that's got a little lower, kind of mellowed down yelp, and even the cluck, they sound real soft. So they're coming in close, you need to get a soft call, this would be the one I would use. Alright, so let's use these two on the laminate to see kind of the different sound we got. And again, this thing, pretty nice. And you can really hear that loud high pitch out of that Osage on that laminate. So that's really going to get that out there. So let's do this one. so soft versus that other. Okay, you kind of see the difference in the sound on those. Different scenarios, different strikers, different pots always come into play. Always keep them conditioned and ready to go. So here's the aluminum over glass. That's a spring fever. You see, that had a little more of a rasp to it, but you could hear that sound, how it sounded different. Let's flip it over with that same striker and hit the glass side, and you can really see how the change, even being the same call, you can see the change in the different material that you use on the different surface. See, that sounds a little more squeaky as well. So let's just throw this one on here. That's a lot of pressure, and I can't even really get a... Very hard to even get a sound out of that with this one. So again, very low, very subtle with that one. So all these strikers have a purpose. All these different pots have a purpose, but you don't need all those. Maybe get you one of those. You know, slate's probably the easiest. Just get you a basic. I like to tell people I like to get that purple heart in the regular slate to start with, because you can get those different sounds out of this. And you know, you can really just get those purrs and clucks and yelps, and that's probably your best starter pot call. So for beginners, what we're going to take away from this video, recommend a nice pot call to start with. I like the Purple Heart Striker. My opinion, they all work, but this is a good beginner call.